you know you're hardcore and you know you're in the big leagues when you've got 8 infinity bottles going and you have to take a dip into the infinity bottles to make room for putting something new in there if you're going to taste a new whiskey because all your infinity bottles are full. Typically, what I do with infinity bottles is I put 1 dram from every bottle that I open. And I had to take a dram out of my infinity bottle for Islay whiskey. And here it is. Oh, it's exquisite. In order to make room for a dram of this guy here, which is what I'm going to be talking about right now. This is the Lagavulin 12. It's got some dust on it. Get rid of that. Here is the Lagavulin 12. A lot of people have been talking maybe 6 months ago about the Lagavulin 12 and how the 2017 version is the ultimate. Well, I happen to have the 2015 version because this is what was on the shelf at the time. And let's see. Here's Lagavulin 12. When did I buy this? This was on the 6th of January 2018. So this is one of the first bottles I bought in 2018. It's a Lagavulin 12-year-old, 750 mils, and 56.8% alcohol by volume. That's a winner. Just by that, I mean, it's going to blow everything away. But this is the 2015 version. And I think I should pour a dram before I start reading anything off the box. Yeah, let's do that first. Let's pour a dram. Let's not get it mixed up with the Islay Infinity, which I have a glass of here. But this here is going to join the Islay Infinity. I'm going to pour a dram of this into the Islay Infinity, and we've got the foil off. Oh, and there's a seal inside the foil. How cool! Okay, we've broken the seal. We are opening the cork. Oh, it's tight. It's tight. Come on. There we go. Let it be noted that it's a composite cork. Lagavulin is another one from Diageo. And it's going to go. There we go. Let's see, what does it say on here? Lagavulin 12. Limited edition, bottled in 2015. But I bought it in 2018, or the beginning of 2018. And as far as I know, this is the bottle that they still have on the shelf. And it's got no cars, and it won't make you pregnant. I know I've said that before, but I said it again. From Islay's most famous distillery, this relaxed, assured expression of what was for whiskey writer Michael Jackson Islay's most complex malt combines the anticipated Lagavulin smoky intensity with gentle, fresh aromas and a delicious cereal and fruit sweetness. Add water and those clean scents are softer, accompanied now by a subtle interplay of mint and wood smoke. On the palate, it's surprisingly sweet and oily, with a rising smoky pungency. And unusually, when water is added, the sweetness, saltiness, smoke, and ash are heightened. Ooh. At cast strength, the finish is smoothly warming, sweet and powerfully smoky. Water brings a fuller, appetizing, cleansing note. This is a direct, expressive Lagavulin, straightforward and well-structured in every respect. So what I'm going to do, obviously, is I'm going to taste this neat. I'm going to nose it and taste it neat. Then I'm going to add some water because this seems to be what is expected to do. Okay. Before I do that, I will go through the paperwork of the purchase of this animal. And it says here, subtotal $174.99. Container deposit 10 cents. So, and then goods and services tax, that's what the federal government takes, $8.75. And then there is a liquor tax. A liquor tax of 10%, that's that's $17.50. So in taxes alone, it's 26 bucks. So the grand total with everything comes out to $201.34. I paid $205 in cash. With penny rounding, that's 1 cent off, and my change was $3.65. Wow. And you could tell that they were at the end of the roll because there's a red smear on the bill of sale. Yeah. Okay. 175 bucks before taxes. Anyways, everybody was raving about this, and that was 6-7 months ago. So I thought I'd get me a bottle of it. And it has a nice, gentle smoky aroma. I'm getting smoke. I'm getting seaweed. I'm getting seafood. Seafood like crab's legs and oysters, and salty, fruity. There's a sweetness. The smoke is not as in your face as I thought it would be. This has been this has had some sherry cask influence, from what I understand. Some sherry, some smoke. This is a beautiful nose. What does it say on the bottle itself? Aged 12 years. So it's aged 12 years. Yeah, it's 12-year-old. The Strange Horse of Sunnaval by William Black. I have been in Islay more as 3 times or 2 times myself, and I have been close to the Lagavulin distillery, and I know that it is the clear water of the spring that will make the Lagavulin whiskey just as fine as new milk. What if you're lactose intolerant like I am? I have a piece of cheese and I just have diarrhea. But maybe that's too much information. Oh, that is a beautiful creosote. A creosote. And I'm getting some fruity notes too. I'm getting, I'm getting some maraschino cherries. These maraschino cherries are really coming through now. Oh yeah. I could dive into this nose and dwell there for a long time. I'll take a sip of water before I go into this any further. At 56.8%, that's more or less cask strength, right? Ah, with the cherries and the sweetness. The peat itself isn't all that strong. Why am I itchy? Right there, right there. Maybe because I haven't shaved in 10 years. Ah, excuse me while I have a nasal orgasm. Ah, it's just so beautiful. Just like the music I put in at the beginning. This is so beautiful. Ah, fabulous. Well, I'm going to have to taste it neat before I add water and start messing around with that. Oh, taste it neat. Little sip, just a little sip. It is, after all, 56.8%. Ooh. Oh. You know, there's peat. There's strong reeking peat, but there's a lot of fruit going on here too. That was a very tiny sip. I'm going to have a bigger one now. Oh, smoky, dry, dark fruits, brine, salt, seaweed. Interestingly, the salt, the saltiness, the brininess, and the tar, creosote, and the peat smoke are so beautifully intertwined. Oh, it's like the salt, the saltiness from the sea, and the smoke from the peat are like one flavor put together. I have never encountered this before. Usually you can pick the two apart. You get a little bit of saltiness here, then you get a little bit of smokiness there. But here, the saltiness and the smokiness are one, which is interesting. Excuse me. I have had a few dramps. Very interesting. Limited edition from 2015. I can still get this on the shelf. They were saying that the 2017 version is the cat's ass, but we'll see. The nose is just sublime. It's like a 15-year-old Lafroig or an 18-year-old Lafroig. It's that fine. Oh, it's simply beautiful as is. This is I think, the finest Lagavulin that I've tasted. There is more going on here than with the 16. There is more going on here than with the distiller's edition. Give it a bit of water. I didn't count how many drops that was, but it was about half a spoon. Okay. Oh, yeah. Did I mention anything about legs? They're slow to form, and they come sliding down. They're still forming. On this side of the glass, they're still forming. I don't know if you can see that. I'm really not very good at doing this kind of thing. But, yeah, they're still forming. Now they're coming down. And that's after I added water. I don't really pay that much attention to legs. What's important to me is what I smell and what I taste. I don't give a hang about color either, you know. Here's my Infinity. There's my Infinity, and there's my Lagavulin 12. The Infinity is darker. That's my Islay Infinity. But this Lagavulin tastes so exquisite. Now, let's mix it together, the water and the whiskey, and coat the sides and see what we get. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay, I seem to be getting a little bit more now that I've added some water. Wow. They were right when they said on the box. There is more fruit going on here now that I've added some water. And there's more of that, less of that creosote, but more of that ashy peat smoke. It's like ashes. It's like, I remember when we spent our summers in a cabin in the Laurentians, and every so often you had to empty the ashtray from the wood burning stove. And the taste of this reminds me of those times that I would scoop in with that shovel and remove the ashes from the wood burning stove. Not getting as much on the nose as I was before. I'm getting a little bit of that maritime saltiness. I'm getting a little bit of that seaweed. But it seems that with the water, on the nose at least, the smokiness from the peat has pretty much dissolved. But on the palate, let's do the palate again. On the palate, it's more ashen. It's oily. It's viscous. It's alkaline. It slides down the mouth. It slides down the throat. It's slippery. It is delicious. And there's a little bit of fruitiness still. There's some medium fruits, but the oiliness just contains that fruitiness, if that makes any sense at all. It is like maraschino cherries and berries. Mm. Oh. And an ashen aftertaste. Fruity at the beginning, fruity coating the mouths, and then some of that brininess, some of that saltiness, and then ashen, dry ashen at the end. Fabulous. This is one wonderful piece of work. Wow. I am enjoying this most thoroughly. I'm going to keep enjoying this for a while because I still got some left. And I still got some of my infinity bottle, but I'm going to pour a dram of this into the infinity bottle. Ooh, this is nice. I tell you what, I could go on for another 10-15 minutes telling you how nice this is and how good and rewarding and fantastic it is. Ah, this is pleasure in a bottle. This is just pure pleasure in a bottle. This Lagavulin 12. If you can get a bottle of Lagavulin 12, do yourself a favor and pick one up. Even though this is the middle of summer, I'm enjoying this immensely. Because I am a peathead after all. But in the middle of winter, this would go down so beautifully with a raging blizzard outside. Oh, it's even great right now. If you like peat, you're going to love this. I won't bore you anymore. Slanchala.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.